I'll give it a try. Happy birthday, Eileen. Welcome to Sunday. I hate the day already. I'm in a foul mood, which is why I told Aaron to get out of here, because I didn't want you guys witnessing another fight that would set you on edge. But I am going to assemble the Tangyuan for Lalao, and Fred is here to make sure that I don't get too out of line. Thanks for coming, Fred. I also just got sent this free bag of snacks. It looks very fancy, very cutesy, very hip, very hop. Low carb barbecue mix of sprouted nuts and seeds, roasted chickpeas, smoky spices, changa, and cordyceps to support energy flow. Cordyceps, if you are queasy, I don't recommend Googling. They're basically like a... Well, let me Google it for you so that I don't give you false information. But,
Turns caterpillars into zombies.
Aaron just said turns caterpillars into zombies. And that's basically what they are. They kind of kill the organism from inside out and then we eat it. Apparently, it's a huge thing in Chinese traditional medicine. It is very, very expensive because you can imagine just trying to search and locate these parasites that have already killed another organism, and then you have to like harvest it and dry it and preserve it. But that's it. I don't know why today is so shit. Maybe because it's been cloudy all day outside, or maybe because life just sucks. Who knows? Hi, bud. Lala gave me her banana that was very squished, and she said she doesn't want to eat it, let's throw it away, which was very surprising to me because Lala never throws anything away, so I know that she must hate bananas for some reason. So I took it home. We're going to eat it with some peanut butter, my last peanut butter. I'm not kidding, y'all. I think Fred's becoming a spoiled brat, and I think Lala's becoming a spoiled brat as well. She's getting very choosy about her food, which I am trying to accommodate, but some days I'm just like, really? Hair's okay. I'm not really feeling it all that much, but it's not the hair, guys. It's just how I feel about myself. I don't feel great about myself. That's not something hair can change, unfortunately. I am going to ignore that positive thinking comment. That is unfortunately not how I work, but I understand that you come from good intentions. You got your hair cut, Naz. Aaron was just telling me that your hair was down to your waist, so are you going to be posting a selfie on Insta or not? Because I need to see it. Thank you. How long has it been since you got your hair cut? Has it been like a decade? You were starting to develop that mermaid feel, like punk rock, grunge, adolescent, existential crisis mermaid mode. But I'm very excited to see your update. Helena, or Helena, I don't know how you pronounce your name. I would say that if you care about how you look, you should probably pay someone to do it. But if you don't and you just want to fuck your life up, then do it yourself. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna clean our hands. We're gonna form these into balls and we're gonna freeze them. And then we can make Tangyuan. Did everyone take your vitamins? If not, you should take it now. Aaron, do you want to share that Harney chamomile with me?
Yes.
Later tonight or now?
Tonight.
Okay. Done.
Share.
What? No, it's okay. I'm gonna do get my cha. I think I've been feeling very reckless so far. I've spent like almost $100 ordering teas this month. Which in the grand scheme of things, I don't know. I didn't really get Christmas presents for myself or from other people for that matter. I had one Secret Santa present come through from work. So I'm just trying to think of it as a belated treat for myself. Besides, I think the last time I spent $100 on tea, I'm still drinking it a year and a half later, so it's an investment. Like we said yesterday, inflation is crazy. You can get $100 of tea today, or you can get $7 of tea tomorrow. That's how inflation works, right? Hello, Latvia. I have a friend who's Latvian. So every time somebody says Latvia, I always think of him. That's probably too big of a filling. I'm gonna say like a tablespoon's worth is a good amount of filling. I also purchased the yellow and blue tea from Harney. I only got the small tin because they were out of the 1 pound bag, which I was trying to buy. But unfortunately, in the one day of deliberation, that bag sold out, which is good news, I guess. A lot of folks are trying to support the cause by buying that tea. Excited to try it. Chamomile tea and apple juice mix is a great combo. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So why is it that we haven't had a chamomile apple pie yet? That sounds like a dessert waiting to happen. Fred has escaped to the bookshelf. I think I scared him away. I have, as of last night, started to touch the footage that I got on our Egypt trip. So maybe that's also part of why I'm not feeling great today. I feel like it's going to be very emotionally laden for for me to sort through that footage. Because every bit of footage will remind me of a time when Mom was still alive. And then I'll have to live through the transition of her not being alive again. Which is something that I think I've been living through anyway, every day. But I think it's a slightly different experience to see it extrapolated onto a screen. Nez, how are you going to help? I think it's going to help in the long run, for sure. And also, Nez, you're going to be in one of those videos because you came to the house and we ate yogurt with sporks. Remember that day? I think besides taxes, looking at this footage has been the other thing that I've been procrastinating on, even though I normally love watching my own footage and editing shit together. This one just, as the kids say, hits a little differently. But how's everyone else's Sunday going today? Ooh, is that my phone?
Yes, but don't get excited with me. I was testing it like the voice.
Oh. Thank God, because I hate it when the phone rings. It's never good news. I have been glued to my phone because I never know if it's grandma calling with some sort of emergency. So that also is not a fun thing anymore for me. Yoga challenge, fun. It's very warm here today too. It feels like spring. Very sunny now, not in the morning. It was drizzly. But we're hitting the 60s today. So, are we technically in spring yet or not? I will also say that the sweet potato mash is coating my hand in the most luxurious feeling lotion. So, sweet potato lotion, who's gonna make it? is giving us some fake news here. September 20th? That ain't no spring. That sounds more like Mid-Autumn Festival time. You wanna amend your statement, Eileen? One thing I do want to do on stream today, because I gotta be honest with you, just looking at it in the fridge for the past week, and especially last night, has been giving me a lot of anxiety, is I have 2 pieces of tofu left from the package of tofu that Mom left behind. I need to eat it. I need to get it out of my fridge, of my freezer, and I need to deal with it. So we're gonna heat up some soup. I'm gonna put the tofu in there. We're gonna eat the tofu. We're gonna eat the snacks. We're gonna eat the sweet potato and the bananas with the peanut butter. We're gonna eat a shit ton of stuff. And then we'll come back and assemble these. I clean my bathroom whenever it gets overwhelmingly gross for the most part, and then I start feeling too guilty about it. And I'm like, you'll just feel better if you clean it out. Yes, Mom used to love freezing and defrosting tofu, but this is not the kind of tofu that you can change the structure of by freezing and defrosting. This is already like smoked and cured tofu. You saw this in Budget Eats, I think. She had a whole package of this. I just didn't end up finishing it in that episode of Budget Eats. Guys, it's really fucking hard whenever I have to finish something with Mom's. I thought it would get easier after the first couple things, but it always trips me up so bad. Every single time. When is it gonna stop? Anyway, smoked tofu doesn't have super smoky flavor, but it is very condensed. It has the texture of ricotta salata, pressed ricotta. It's kind of crumbly. It doesn't fall apart. It's not slimy. It tastes like tofu. very mild, slightly milky. I'm just gonna tear it up, drop it in, and then I'll put some of my leftover split pea soup that I think I made on a previous live in here, and we're just gonna eat it. And I'm gonna give thanks to Mom for leaving this in the fridge for me. And I'm gonna stop having anxiety attacks over this shit. Mom would hate it if this food went to waste, although it would be completely in her style for me to save this for years. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try to eat them before they go bad. We just gotta move with it. It has never become more apparent to me before that there are now two of me. One of me represents Mom. The other one represents me recognizing that Mom is within me, and also recognizing all the things that Mom didn't succeed at, and recognizing the fact that Mom would want me to succeed at those things that she couldn't quite get to yet herself. I guess there's a third me who's just still the kid mourning. And all three of us just kind of hang out together. Like, it's just tofu, but it's not. Like, I was telling, in my last therapy session, I was saying how extremely difficult it has become for me to choose which trash bag I want to use to put actual trash in, because the trash bags all came from Mom's garage that she had been just saving there for years. And obviously, because I live in such a small apartment, I had to just trash so many of those bags away while I was still cleaning out the house, and I wasn't able to save all of them. And, you know, the kind of like fight or flight response kicked in when I was still at the house, where I was just like, you have a timeline, you need to empty out this house, you need to throw all of this away, just throw it away. And I did it. But now that I have the time and space to like slowly transition back to my own life without her, all the things that I did keep become paradox of choices for me. They're just trash bags. She probably was never even ever gonna use them. She just kept stacking them. And I was like, I feel so silly that I'm struggling over choosing which fucking bag to put my fucking garbage in, because they're all gonna turn into garbage bags sooner or later. And it's not like the therapist said anything that I wasn't aware of, but just the way that he said it so directly and without hesitation validated a lot of the conflict that I've been feeling, which is, he said, but they're not just trash bags, they're your mom. And he didn't even water it down by saying they were trash bags that your mom collected and kept. He just said they're your mom. He said the trash bags are your mom. And I was like, yeah, I guess the fucking trash bags are the closest things I have to my mom now. So in a lot of ways, the trash bags are my mom. My mom had this necklace. It was like 5 little gold beads that she wore for a very long time, for many years. I think in recent years she wasn't wearing them. I found it in one of her dressers, and you might remember if you watched my lives from right after Mom died, that I was wearing it for a while. And I took it off because I felt like every time I washed my hair, the comb would go through my hair and then it would cling onto the necklace, and I felt like I was destroying the clasp. And lo and behold, a few weeks later, I was wearing another necklace, and I did destroy the clasp. So I guess I won't be wearing that necklace anymore. It just feels hard to hold on to things that remind me both of her. And her absence. And the frailty and the disposability of all of them remind me even more of how I can't change any of this. Here's our tofu chunk soup. Alright, y'all. Should we eat sweet potato with peanut butter, banana with peanut butter, or the snacks first? You guys can choose. Yay, sweet potato. Here, I hate to admit it, but I ate like 80% of the sweet potatoes yesterday. Thank God we made the fillings for Lalao before I dug in because I just could not stop. I put the rest of the cubes in here in one of these Ziploc things, and they're really great for mashing it up. Like if you don't have a potato masher, I would say this is one of the few reasons why I would like having this storage container is you can mash things up. You can mash rice up in here and make a rice paste. Well, I don't know why you would be making a rice paste, but like manually smushed mashed potatoes. Delicious. I have just a little bit of peanut butter. This is after a week. Actually, less than a week. I think I opened this on Tuesday. I got sent these containers. They're called Zip Top. I'm sure you can find them retailed online somewhere. I got sent them for free to try them out. I would say I would not buy it unless I wanted to smush bananas and sweet potatoes all day long. It seems like they won't stack well in the fridge. They kind of stack into each other as empty storage, you know, easeability, but they don't stack in the fridge. They're just not very useful for me. Ooh. Sweet potato mash and peanut butter. This is like the ultimate stick to your throat, choke you a little snack, meal, comfort, whatever you want to call it. You like being choked? Eat sweet potato mash with peanut butter. I don't know about Dieter's green tea, or rather, I think I've seen it in supermarkets. I've never had it. It's very like triggering for me to see that kind of product. I feel like it instantly reminds me of disordered eating, so I try to just stay away from it. I had a phase with Fiber One products in the peak of my disordered eating life arch. I will not touch Fiber One shit again, probably, for a very long time. Because I just haven't gotten over that hump in my own history yet. Guys, I have a fan. There's this bird who always likes to just sit on my fire escape. Sometimes he brings a friend. And sometimes they will just like stand there and look at me and watch me cook. And I really like it. It's a very cute audience. They're very respectful. They keep their distance. They don't really pass any judgment. You know, and they just go about their own lives and come to me for a little bit of entertainment. Sheldon? Are you Sheldon? Michael? Jamie? He's like, get your human names out of my face. They all suck. Are you Bob? No, not Bob either. Well, to be honest, I've always had mourning doves, but we can make believe that Mom sent this one. Hey, are you Mom? He kind of looked at me. How you doing? Oh, better not think too much of it. Soup is looking mighty slosh. Yum. I'm not throwing out the tofu. I'm eating it. I like it very much. Okay? Thank you for leaving it. Are you making eye contact with me? Holy shit, you are. This is creepy. And he flew away. Do you know when they fly away, they make that little sound with their wings? Is that like a purely mechanical sound, or do they emanate it from their vocal cords? I've always wondered that. While we wait for our Tangyuan filling to freeze and cool, I'm going to show you a bowl that I bought from the Salvation Army yesterday. Just because otherwise I will just be eating and talking for another hour and a half, which we've definitely done before and people have watched for 6 hours, so. Beats me why they do it. This is the first thrifted item I've gained since Mom's passing. I went into the Salvation Army yesterday because I passed by and I was like, I've been wanting to go into it. I'm just going to do it today. I went in. I saw several bowls that I wanted. There were some that were like made in Japan, but they didn't quite strike my fancy. But I found this one. It kind of has like little tiny dings and chips in it too, so I don't even know why I picked it. It's like got quite a lot of imperfections. It was 49 cents. I actually found a couple that had blue stickers, and blue was on 50% sale yesterday, so I could have gotten even cheaper ones. But this one spoke to me, so I got it. At one time I was holding 4 bowls and I was like, you are just trying to do something here that has nothing to do with actually desiring these bowls. You desire the bowls because you desire something else. And I don't know what that something else is, so I will give you 1 bowl. You can pick 1 bowl. And after chatting with myself in my mind so that I'm not a complete loony, I picked this one. So 49 cents plus 4 cents of tax is 53-cent purchase. And we're gonna wash it right now because it's kind of gunky. Like, ew. And as you know, not only do I wash my purchased cookware, I also boil them to sterilize, so that's what I'm gonna do after we wash. You guys, you're all worth at least $5 with inflation now. Come on. You can't even buy a head of iceberg for $3 now sometimes. I've not cooked Anaheim peppers before. Are they spicy ones? I guess if you like iceberg lettuce, you gotta move to Latvia for that shit. I'll keep that in mind for when I go through my iceberg phase. I saw another movie last night. The God Committee. It was terrible. I was looking so forward to it, but like the movie felt like one of my college essays where I was trying to simultaneously handle 2 theses, and you were just like, which one am I supposed to be paying attention to? Because now I'm not invested in either one. Karen Diane, would you care to explain the mark means higher quality? Because I just assume that these are, it feels quite light. It doesn't feel very expensive. so I did my best. It definitely still has marks. I don't know what's going on here. They kind of look like they're stained marks like they kind of look like cigarette burns that have like sunken into the surface. It's not superficial stains anymore. So I don't know if there's like bacterial colonies growing in here somewhere. Um, we'll just boil it. I don't really like B movies or like low budget stuff that is known for being awful. You know, I did watch stuff like The Room, which is horrifyingly amazing that it even got made as a movie. That people like funneled millions of dollars into making that movie. I just don't understand who approves that kind of funding, but I'm not a terrible fan of those, no. Just everything about that movie was so wrong. And the fact that Hollywood was like, why don't we make a movie about that movie? That blew my mind. I hated that movie too. With James Franco. Did anyone see that movie? The Disaster Artist, I think it was called. Never tried sourdough starter packets. I did not even know that was a thing. So many things I do not know, y'all. Here is our Tangyuan dough that we made yesterday. I don't even know if we're gonna make the Tangyuan today, honestly, because those sweet potatoes feel like they're gonna take forever to freeze. I probably should have frozen them yesterday, last night. But instead, we're just gonna eat Lala's really bruised banana with peanut butter now. $18.70 bread. I don't think that shit is gonna taste good. So, several times people have asked me what my last meal would be. It would be peanut butter and bananas. This would be my last meal. There's a lot of it. I just want to like stuff myself silly if I'm gonna die. The ultimate comfort food. Evil Dead does not sound like a movie for me. I don't think I would enjoy that very much. Aaron, do you want to try this? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be there in a few minutes.
Adaptogenic trail mix smoke show. There's like spicy specks on this packaging. Mmm. delightful. Does someone want to look up how much this is and tell us? Plant-based, non-GMO, gluten-free, no processed sugars, no refined oils. The responsibly sourced superfoods in Smoke Show are infused with chaga and cordyceps. These ancient adaptogenic herbs support holistic balance and energy flow. We believe how ingredients are grown affects the physical and spiritual health of our bodies and planet. That's why each purchase helps us regenerate 100 square foot of barren farmland back to the fertile soil Mother Earth intended. Why choose snacks that harm when you can enjoy tasty super snacks that heal? Plant Lady Caddy founder. I mean, listen, I think if we can afford snacks that heal rather than harm, we would. The problem is not all of us can afford this very beautifully, graphically designed packaging. It has sprouted pumpkin seeds, roasted chickpeas, sprouted almonds, sprouted walnuts, sprouted sunflower seeds, olive oil, smoked paprika, Himalayan salt, tomato, coconut sugar, black pepper, onion, garlic, lemon peel, chilies, chaga, cordyceps, and cumin, certified organic. Made in a facility that processes tree nuts, Amazonian peanuts, and soy. I've never seen a package that says we also process this in a facility that handles Amazonian peanuts. Yes, it is the fungus that zombifies ants. You are correct. This bowl is probably worth like $4. This is $9.75. Oh, that's not bad. You know, I think when Aaron saw this package, he was like, holy shit, there's cordyceps in here. This must be very expensive. But there's not actually cordyceps in here. It's just infused with chaga and cordyceps. So who knows what infused means. So this is a $10 bag, FYI. Let's try an almond. Very toasty. Very crunchy. It's got that kind of like oil roasted almond taste, so it's a little bit fatty, and the spice is not as smoky as Blue Almond Smokehouse almonds or Blue Diamond Smokehouse almonds. Those are the smokiest snacks I've ever tasted. This is like 25% of that smokiness. The almonds are just okay. Let's try some pumpkin seeds. My main problem with these first two bites, they taste very fatty. They taste very oily. I guess they used olive oil in here. It's a very heavy snack, so you can't have much of it at one go. I mean, I can, but the normal human mortal might not be able to. It's not infinitely snackable for me. Hello, Bolivia. The chickpeas are not fatty. They are nicely, lightly roasted, fully dehydrated, but not crunchy in the break your tooth way. They're just crunchy in a very like almost laminated dough, crusty phyllo layer, kind of crunchy. This is 6 ounces, by the way, this bag. So it has almonds, pumpkin seeds. I don't see any walnuts in here. I know the bag said there's walnuts, but I don't see it. Oh, I see it. Here's a walnut. A lot of people have told me that I look like very ugly Korean celebrity men. I don't know who Shupei is. Should I Google? I have no idea who she is. But she's definitely not ugly. That's nice. Back to my nuts. I don't know, y'all. It's delicious. The spice mix on this, you definitely get a little bit of that paprika. I think my favorite piece in here is the walnut. Because walnuts are already fatty, it doesn't seem very distracting for me to eat a piece of walnut. But the almonds and the pumpkin seeds are kind of like too rich for me. Oh, I should have licked my fingers. I probably just washed off all the cordyceps. Damn. Aaron, I'm gonna give you a little plate of this. It's $10 for the bag.
What's the weight?
6 ounces.
Damn. Oh, that's like.
Yeah, it's basically $30 a pound.
Jeff's at a Ukraine rally now.
Where? In Rochester? What's a Ukraine rally gonna do in Webster?
Well, once Putin hears that the town of Webster is on Ukraine side, he'll call off the whole thing.
Is he still being aggro?
Putin
Yeah.
or Jeff?
I don't think Jeff's ever been aggro.
Can I do some water?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, the war is continuing, June, but it's gonna end as soon as Putin gets news that Webster has turned against him.
You might be the only mod right now. I don't know. I think.
No blue names in chat these days?
Yeah, I think we lost a fair number of our mods on my random.
I remember Labiba. We had an antagonistic relationship back
Did
when
you?
I participated in these. Yes.
Why?
She was always
What'd you do?
gently trolling me.
How is that antagonistic? That's just how internet friends
you
work.
know, we just we're frenemies. Sort of like me and Fred.
Freddie, it's you. Do you like seeing you? It's you, Freddie. Are you also having existential crisis where you don't want to look at yourself? I understand. I understand completely. I had like a semi-mental meltdown maybe last winter going into last spring where I just flat out broke down in a team meeting at work one day and I was just like, sometimes I just don't want to look at my fucking face anymore. Every single video that I make for Delish, I have to also review each video draft before we have the final cut. And just seeing myself for 2 years and listening to my voice over and over again, it's exhausting. I hate the amount of self-observation that I have to
This is a
undergo.
new holding record, June.
Is he enjoying the live audience?
He's twitching every once in a while.
His tail is going cray-cray? We almost always wear shoes in the house.
Okay. New record, Freddy. Nice work. Treat time. Treat time. I didn't have them ready. Where are they?
Underneath the compost. Underneath the compost to your left. The 5 containers, Aaron.
There you go. A whole Stella. Are we gonna buy more of these when we run out?
We could.
Does he like them or greenies more?
He definitely likes greenies more.
Yes.
Greenies are crack.
Where's your greenie sponsorship, June?
I don't know. I asked them on Insta. No response yet.
Are they made? Is it owned by Unilever or some big bullshit like that?
Let's look it up.
I don't know if their website would even say you gotta go to like a third party.
They usually do
Go to
disclose.
their About us.
Do you see?
Click on the careers. Maybe that would tell you, because like it might. bring you to
Modern
the-
Slavery Act is at the bottom of their website. We believe that forced labor in any of its forms. Oh, but it's owned by Mars. That's not good.
Mars, the chocolate company.
Oh, no, sorry. Mars stands for Modern Slavery Act. Okay,
Okay.
wait, I'm so confused. Hold, my researching skills are not great.
Oh no, it is Mars.
Oh, it is Mars. Never mind.
Google Greenies Mars. See if anybody else said it. Yeah.
Mars Incorporated.
Okay.
God damn it.
Are they evil?
Yes.
Wiki. Mars Company. Okay. Criticism. Ingredients: unethical treatment of animals, child labor and slave labor, deforestation in African national parks. Okay, no greenie sponsorship. Never mind. I like how it's literally like now they're all this Modern Slavery Act thing, and it's like in 2019 they announced they couldn't guarantee their chocolate products were free from child slave labor, as they could only
That's what they
trace
said?
24% of their purchasing back to the farm level. In 2019, yeah. And now they're like, oh, Modern Slavery Act. We're like, guys, honestly, our stuff is probably made with child slave work.
Fred is so upset he left the room.
We don't know it is, we don't know it isn't, but just assume it is. Just assume child slaves made these M&Ms.
I think Fred went into existential crisis mode
When he heard about
because
greenies.
he's now like, my favorite snack is made by modern day slavers. Oh, Freddy. Are you sad about greenies being evil? Will you still eat them? Are you gonna be an ethical consumer? Freddy. No, I think Jeff lost the election, yes, Aaron?
Yes. It's not easy to run as a Democrat in suburbs. I've been blind.
Speak of the devil!
I've been buying. Oh yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. June also buys Tony's. To be fair, we only believe they're slave free because they say so.
They're also listed on the Slave Free Chocolates website.
Okay, so other people say so.
Other people say so too. Yes, in case you didn't know, a lot of modern chocolates are made with very underpaid, basically slave labor.
Fred is a slave for our happiness.
Right. I was just thinking about how Fred is basically a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy being a prisoner, Freddie? We're back to sweet potatoes and peanut butter. I have bananas and peanut butter. Now we have sweet potato and peanut butter.
Mars composition. Look at
Let's see what companies Mars owns.
It's insane. Look at all this shit. All these different brands.
All right, y'all. Take note. Those are all the brands that are owned by our Big Daddy Mars. Basically, a lot of your chocolates.
Twix? Is it Twix?
Snickers.
Oh, it is Twix. I won't stop eating Twix. I don't care.
Milky Way, Snickers, M&Ms, Three Musketeers. Oh, they own... Wow. They own Dove. Dove was Mom's favorite commercial chocolate. They own a lot of gums for some reason. I've never heard of this one. It's called Ouch with a exclamation mark. That's very interesting. Let me know if you guys know where I can buy Ouch. Hershey's, April. Hershey's is Big Daddy no-no. Hershey's is terrible. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to tell you that Santa is dead. Kirsten, did you figure out that a few years back Mass Brothers got exposed for just using Valrhona chocolate? They would basically just get Valrhona chocolate and melt it down and make their bars. But I think now they have changed to bean to bar, like actual bean to bar, but I don't know for sure. But at least Valrhona is slave-free chocolate. Most nice restaurants, like, you know, upper scale restaurants, use Valrhona chocolate. It is very delicious, very smooth. Bye, Liz. If it's a big brand that's sold in a Dwayne Reed, it's probably fucked. I don't think the solution is to stop buying unless you can get all of us to stop buying. Just 10% of us stopping buying won't really hurt them. They also supply companies. Like, corporations will support corporations because they know that if they stand up for each other, like an evil overlord corporation union, they can embolden each other and make each other stronger and, you know, keep doing whatever the fuck they want to do. So as individual consumers, I don't believe we really have that much of an impact, unfortunately, because systems are in place to keep the systems in place. That's not to say that you shouldn't stop buying them. If you have enough resources and wealth, then choose better suppliers, and they'll probably end up being healthier for your body anyway. I've started to buy 80% of my apples from the farmer market. Even though they're like 3 times as expensive sometimes, and even if during off-season months they get kind of mealy, I just feel, first of all, even if they are mealy, they have more flavor, and second of all, I just feel better knowing where my apples came from. Birdie's back. I don't know the Fair Food Program. What is that? Most of our world is evil. I did not buy this rack. It came with the apartment. And thank God it did, because I don't know what I would be doing for my storage. Did you like the snack?
No.
You didn't like the snack?
Yeah, it was honestly kind of boring.
Boring.
The almonds had a weird texture. They were like all dried out or something.
Yes, they're very crispy.
Not even crispy. Sort of dry.
I guess it's a no for me and Aaron. I mean,
Why didn't you like it?
I think it's too expensive, and I think half of the bag's contents are a little too oily. But it is meant to be a low-carb snack, so I feel like they always just up the fat content in those. I am the person least likely to support a low-carb snack for that reason. Is there a reason why you guys are boycotting Wendy's in particular right now?
Wendy's.
Yes. I mean, I'm sure as a fast food chain, they're not great.
I just don't eat at Wendy's normally.
I like the vibe of Wendy's out of all the fast food chains. It feels very like, it feels a little bit more rural. Does that make sense? It just feels like a little more cottagecore. I mean, it's not cottagecore, but it feels like it goes into that direction. I would not die for a Frosty, but they can be very good, and especially when they're only 50 cents, it makes that like 6th grade June really hype. Because back then, my budget was 50 cents for ice cream. Very interesting. When Walmart has joined something and you still haven't, that seems a little surprising. Wax paper from Mom's. We're gonna start assembling some of these, otherwise this live will never end. When you say there is nothing good for you in those crab rangoons, but they sure are tasty, doesn't that mean that a part of you does feel like they are good for it? You know, I don't think I've ever had a Big Mac. Like, I've definitely had McDonald's, but I don't know if I've ever had a Big Mac. I have a soft spot when it comes to McDonald's items for Filet-O-Fish, because I used to eat there with my dad a lot, and he used to be, I don't know if he still is, a pescatarian, and so he would always order the Filet-O-Fish, and I would always take a bite of it, and I guess that's why I like it. I also just really love tartar sauce. Also, I think fried fish is one of the best ways to cook fish. I don't know where I'm traveling next. I kind of have a traumatic memory with traveling now. So, not sure when I'll be ready to travel again. It's also going to be very hard to work out logistics if I'm still taking care of and checking in on Lalo. I don't know how that's going to work anymore. Life has changed. Even though it may not seem like it. Can I just say, I don't like McDonald's fries. I think I'm in the very, very small minority, but I used to love the KFC fries. I don't think McDonald's fries are too salty. I just think they are kind of generic. Like, they're fine. I think they are popular because they are generic. They are the platonic ideal of the generic fry. But in case you haven't noticed, my preference is for the weirder stuff. I also had a couple of very bad experiences with, I think, getting leftover fries that were then refried. They just don't taste good, you know? Aaron, is your favorite fry Shake Shack?
Of the big chains, yeah. I don't know what my favorite fry I've ever had in the world is, but yeah, the big chains, I like Shake Shack.
I also had a Chick-fil-A waffle fry, and I was not a fan. It was very underwhelming for me. I was expecting so much, and the return was so little. Hello, Florida. Did you eat the tiramisu in Italian McDonald's? Was it good? I do know that like McDonald's tends to have regional specialties. So when you do travel internationally, I feel like McDonald's is one of those chains where it is worth to just go check out. I did like Raising Cane's. Yes, I was very surprised. I think Aaron and I had Raising Cane's on one of our trips. Was it Atlanta? Time for a bite of soup with our tofu chunks, which is, it's not soup anymore, it's just mush. Solidified mush. And it is delicious. You cannot get beer from McDonald's in the US. Is that right, Aaron?
What?
No beer in the US at McDonald's? Yeah, I don't think that's a thing in the US. Tangyuan is a mochi ball, usually stuffed with something. In the north of China, it's usually something sweet. In the south of China, it can be sweet or savory. We are doing a sweet potato filling for Grandma. She liked it the last time I gave it to her. It doesn't mean she'll like it again. So we'll just have to see. I hope she likes it. also never had Five Guys. Aaron, have you ever had the fries from Jollibee? Do they have fries at Jollibee?
Not that I know.
We have a Jollibee's right here. We love it for the chicken. But I don't know if we've ever had the fries, because I think Jollibee's big thing is like rice and mashed potatoes are their main sides. So I did put peanut butter with the sweet potatoes last time, but it was so small an amount, it wasn't really detectable. And also, I want to save the peanut butter for myself because I'm a selfish little kid. So Grandma's just gonna have to deal with no peanut butter this time. I have been cooking her peanuts, like boiled peanuts. She seems to like it. Is there ever a world in which you would buy this snack, Aaron?
No.
Hard no from Aaron.
Not our world. I don't know what other worlds you want to live in, but the one I'm living in, I wouldn't buy it.
Yes, when Aaron and I go to Jollibee, we only order the spicy chicken because obviously Aaron only eats spicy stuff. So I don't recall having the plain. I think we must have had it one time, but I can't be sure. But if you do like spicy stuff, highly recommend getting the spicy chicken at Jollibee's because they do have that option. And it's really not that spicy to begin with. Well, Eliza, I feel like the consensus between three of us here is spicy chicken is best chicken. At least at Jollibee's. So, hello, Ottawa. I have always thought that Popeyes is too salty, but Mom used to love Popeyes. So maybe I'll give it a try again sometime. I think Mom loved how crunchy the skin is on Popeyes. I only had it once or twice maybe, so I can't say for sure. But I feel like Popeyes has ecstatically crunchy skin. I can't imagine any fast food chain having good customer service. I feel like if they pay their people shit, then nobody wants to go to that job and everybody's miserable and therefore you get shitty customer service. That's also the thing too about fast food these days. It's not even a good deal. Like it used to be people who just eat there for a few bucks and be done with it. But like now dollar menus aren't dollar menus anymore and the value meals are crazy. If I live in Queens, I could buy 1.5 entrees sometimes for what a value meal would cost. So it's just like not worth it. You're defrosting chicken and can't decide what to make with it. Yes, I saw the Dollar Tree inflation too. It's very sad. I feel like they should change their name now. You're thinking about moving from Manhattan to Flushing. Which part of Manhattan are you in? And why Flushing? Flushing is like as far east as you can go on the subway in New York. Interesting. You're moving from Tribeca, girl. Why Flushing? For the food? WF is probably Whole Foods. We all thought of it at the same time. There are a lot of Asians in Flushing, that is right. I guess if you live in Tribeca, you're very close to like the Manhattan Chinatown, so if you're going for like a similar demographic vibe. But I would say Flushing is a lot different in vibe than the Manhattan Chinatown. I'm also curious why you're choosing Queens and not Brooklyn, because there is a great Chinatown in Brooklyn too, along 8th Avenue. I feel like the pace and the crowding of Flushing is a little too intense for me on a day-to-day basis, but you know, if you're into that kind of crowding together, then Flushing is the place to be. It is very crowded, that's for sure. I used to live in Flushing. That was where my family first settled when we immigrated to New York. I also moved back to Flushing, I think around 2014 for like a year. And I was like, no more. I don't know what kind of chicken you're talking about in terms of what a Chinese restaurant chicken is. There's a lot of poached Chinese chicken dishes, but if you're talking like American Chinese, I don't know. Probably a lot of cornstarch. You probably flash fry it first in cornstarch, and then you coat it in a sticky sweet sauce. That sounds like the Chinese American treatment of chicken. I would probably recommend that you dice it up into inch wide pieces and then marinate it before you cook it. probably just order some red curry sauce online and make it yourself. Because once you are armed with that kind of prepackaged curry sauce, you can pretty much approximate that kind of dish, especially if you don't have a Thai restaurant near you. You might as well try making it at home. I feel like the soul of a lot of curry dishes is in the sauce anyway, so if you can get your hands on some of that sauce, you'll probably be set. Alright, I think I'm done making my Tangyuan, y'all. I have a couple of sweet potato fillings left over, but overall, not bad. And we'll just go ahead and freeze these. And then I can boil a couple off every day for Lala. Give her a little variety in her snacks. Here is our boiled bowl. It's definitely still got those marks, but we'll just call it charm, shall we? A little bit of charm here, a little bit of charm there. Thank you all for keeping me company today. Cheers. I hope you cook yourself some delicious mush. Try not to let the week get too overwhelming. It'll be over sooner or later. What wisdom do you have for the people, Fred? I don't know what he said, but if you know what he said, I hope you guys follow his advice. Have a good week. See you later.